Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Rye, and today I've got another wonderful World of Warships video for you, here in my Scharnhorst. If you're watching this on the day that it's uploaded, and you live in the United States, I want to wish you a happy Labor Day weekend. I certainly hope yours is going particularly well, and that the weather is behaving itself. A little bit of background for you. This is actually the fourth attempt at recording this video for you folks today. For whatever reason, if you caught my channel announcement, you probably got a little blurb about it there. I'm having audio desynchronization issues with my video editor, and as a result, the audio for games recorded that I'm watching and recording the audio while watching it ends up to 4 seconds off, either 4 seconds too soon or 4 seconds too late in comparison to what ends up actually happening on the video when it's all finally compiled and exported for YouTube. So, getting really frustrated with that. The battle, fault line, standard battle mode, and my team has already begun its lemming train off to the eastern side of the map. And I'm already taking shots from ships I cannot see. It's a Tier 7 maximum battle, and myself, a Colorado, and a Mahan, pretty much all three of the Tier 7s on the team, although there is another Scharnhorst, and I do believe there was a Pensacola. But we're all going over to the western side of the map, towards where the Alpha cap point would be in domination mode. If you're familiar with this map, especially if you play it at Tier 5 and Tier 6, you'll know that that area on the western side is usually where the majority of the enemy team tends to like to focus and concentrate. This could be a problem for just myself, a Colorado, and a Mahan. Unless the enemy team has also decided to lemming train off to the eastern side. But time will tell. We've already got spotting on the enemy Mahan. Looks like they've got a Nuremberg and a Congo. The Congo and the Nuremberg shouldn't be too much of a problem, but that Mahan could cause some issues. Though our Mahan is putting a lot of really good shots into him. He's already managed to cut his health in half. I want to apologize for the video stuttering right here. This is a problem every single time I try to record. It's an issue with shadow play and its processing of the actual game itself. Our Mahan has managed to get himself killed by the enemy Mahan via torpedo. Yeah, that always sucks when you are in a destroyer and you get killed by torpedoes. But if you've seen some of my other videos, you know full well that's one of my favorite things to do to enemy destroyers. Enemy Nuremberg coming in here. He is going to continue sailing in this direction, so he's just outside of my torpedoes. If he continues to sail in a straight line, I will hit him with at least one. But he's seen him, he's no fool, he knows the Scharnhorst has torpedoes, and he's already begun his turn. And now I've got an island between myself and him. Plus, there is a Mahan somewhere back over there, most likely sitting in that smoke. Congo is coming around that far island there, and the enemy Mahan has just popped up outside of his smoke, so I'm going to get shots out on him. And I'm going to manage to do a decent amount of damage, but the Colorado is going to kill him with a detonation. It's about this time that I remembered that the Nuremberg probably has torpedoes, and he's probably fired them, especially because I was spotted. So I've begun to turn, and I'm kind of in a bad situation here. If I dodge the torpedo, I give a broadside to the Congo back up there, and if I don't give a broadside to the Congo, I don't dodge the torpedo. This torpedo from the Mahan I feel like shouldn't have hit me because technically it just barely grazed my bow. And I mean, you know, I've seen torpedoes miss before with that same kind of thing. So, wargaming, come on, hitboxes. Either it's always going to hit the bow like that and the rudder, or it's never going to hit the bow and rudder. Stop throwing in this weird, well, maybe situation. That Nuremberg has realized he is in a world of hurt as I've turned around. He's overextended himself, and as a secondary build on my Scharnhorst, I'm just going to let my secondaries rip him apart. And I'm actually, while I'm reloading, I'm contemplating whether or not I want to finish him off with my guns, or if I just want to let my secondaries kill him. And I want to let my secondaries kill him because I want the close quarters expert for the flags. Because those flags, well, those flags boost my secondary batteries, which means even more close quarters experts. It's almost like a rigged system. I'm not detected yet, but I'm about to be, so I'm going to fire off shots at this Congo as soon as I clear the island here. Our Colorado has pushed forward far enough to see a very sneaky New York trying to sneak through the channel up here between these two islands. Whether that New York is just going straight for our base, or if he's planning on trying to get around behind myself and the Colorado, not entirely sure. But I did detect him, had the torpedoes out, so that if he continues sailing in the line he's going to sail, as he crests the tip of this island, my torpedoes are going to be primed to hit him. And there's really not much he's going to be able to do to avoid him. That New York is firing high explosive at me, and he is just doing a ridiculous amount of damage. I managed him for a good amount of damage, but then my torpedoes nearly kill him, flagged him for secondaries. As a result, these shots gonna finish him off. So far, I've managed to do about 74,000 damage, but I've also taken a lot of damage, and because that damage was from torpedoes, I'm not able to repair as much as I'd like. The battle's still pretty early on, but my team's doing decently well over off in the narrow channel there around where the sea cap point would be. Unfortunately, I've come off of a series of frustrating losses where I've just been top of the team for damage done, XP earned, and kills. And at this point, I'm kind of feeling pretty frustrated. And so I'm really, more or less, just looking to get as much damage done and as many kills as possible, because I'm not thinking that this is going to turn out as a victory. Our aircraft carrier has been killed at this point, so that means the enemy CV that hear you, he's got free reign of the skies, and he's going to utilize it. This Congo, being extra sneaky, managed to keep an island between himself and our Colorado to block that line of sight, and I was not expecting to see him heading that direction. I actually expected to see him sailing towards his cap, which is why my guns were mostly pointed forward. This guy, he's making a beeline for our base. Mostly he's just making a beeline back around behind this island because he doesn't want to deal with that Colorado or me. So I've got shots out, managed to hit him for 6 penetrations and a citadel, 23,000 damage done. And look at those secondary hits. I've set him on fire. It's a good day. I really want to get the kill on this Congo, and the Colorado is going to drop him down to just barely anything. And so looking at the situation I'm in, I'm debating on what I want to do. I could perform a tactical beaching maneuver and just stop my ship, back up, and go the other direction, and basically reverse my ship really quickly. So I decide I'm going to do that, and I've committed to it. The only aircraft I can see on the map were those dive bombers, and they were across the map. It's about this point when I realize, after I'm committed, the enemy CV's got his torpedo bombers inbound, and you can see them popping up at a ridiculously short range. This is really bad. What's a better target for a battleship? Or I should say, what's a better target for an aircraft carrier than a beached battleship backing off the rocks? I don't even have my fighter scout available, so I've got to try and shoot as many of these planes down and eat as few of them as possible. Of course, he's got 5 in the water at me. I managed to destroy a whole squadron, but 5. And there's 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit. Hit that damage repair, hit my damage control party, and managed to survive that torpedo attack with something like 1,000 hit points. And now that aircraft carrier is probably raging to no end, for the simplest reason that he didn't kill me, even though he watched my health effectively drop to nothing. I am still alive. I shouldn't be, but I am still alive. Unfortunately, again, because those are torpedo hits, it means I'm limited to the amount I can repair. And that's going to leave me on this, the rest of this battle now, with about 7,000 HP. And our team is down on ships and down on points. So the enemy team has the lead. But the majority of their ships right now are pretty hurt. In fact, most of them are about as damaged as I am. And if you're looking at my friendly ships, you can see their health. Most of them still have the majority of their health left. So what it's going to come down to is really we just have to angle our ships and tank the damage and finish off those damaged ships. I tried to get shots on that Pepsi Cola and finish him off, but Scharnhorst at range, even on a Pepsi Cola, couldn't manage to land a Citadel on him to get that final shot. I've turned back around and I'm going to support the Colorado, partly because I'm in detectability range of that Congo anyway. That island wasn't going to shield me for a good 40-50 seconds, and if I'm going to have this Congo shooting at me like he's already done, I'd much rather have him shooting at my belt armor than at my side. Yeah, that belt armor, pretty darn trollish on the Scharnhorst, but only when it's angled, much like the Colorado. Shots out, managed to do some decent damage. I'm taking shots in from him, and most of the shots are bouncing or missing, which is fantastic for me because I just cannot afford to take any kind of damage from anybody at this point. Gonna get these last shots off here and almost manage to sink him, leave him on dangerously low health, but he gets taken out by a friendly on the other end of the map. So, gonna be a little disappointed that I didn't manage to secure the kill on that Congo. But here's an almost dead Bundi, just outside of their cap and inside of my gun range. Well, I didn't manage to kill the Congo, but maybe I can kill secure this guy. That would be nice. Of course, Scharnhorst. Guns at range. Yeah. And he's in a Soviet cruiser, which means he's got the mobility and the maneuverability to basically dodge almost all of my shots. Our team has managed to pull the scores back in our favor, and we've managed to drop the enemy's ship count below ours. Almost kill that Bundi. Come on, RNGesus. Why do you do this to me? Leaving somebody on 600 HP like that. Just give the guy shooting at them the kill. God. 600 HP. That's ridiculous. Oh well. Continue to try, but of course he's at 17 kilometers out there, and I'm never going to hit him. Took shots in there from an unknown target. Initially, I thought it was the pink guy on my team who actually shot me. And if it was the case, I was prepared to be pissed. But if you were paying attention to the minimap, you'll have seen a little red blurb pop up down there in the channel where the Charlie cap point would be. Yeah, that was the enemy Scharnhorst who took shots at me. Enemy torpedo bombers are coming back in. That carrier is not done trying to finish me off. fire off torpedoes without the lead indicator on that Gneisenau. The Gneisenau is shooting at the Colorado because he figures the carrier will finish me off. And the carrier drops his torpedoes. They don't arm. I should have taken one, but they were too close. They didn't arm. Second torpedo wave inbound. Looks like I'm going to take 2. And once again, they didn't arm. That carrier is probably livid. And this Gneisenau, well, he just ate 2 of my torpedoes, and I finished him off. There's my high caliber. He probably was wondering what the hell just happened. The carrier should have finished me off, and he only needed to focus on the Colorado. The carrier's popped up, but I still really want to get the kill secure on that Bundy, who has fired shots at me. Right as I fire my shots, he gets taken out by a friendly teammate. The carrier drops dive bombers on me, manages to cut my health, set me on fire twice, took shots in from the enemy Scharnhorst, and his second dive bomber squadron hits me, sets me on fire again, and leaves me on 600 HP. RNGesus! Why you do this? Oh well. 600 HP. I'm still alive and still in the game. Hey, RNGesus, if you want to leave me on 600 HP and a nice broadsiding carrier to shoot at, well, that's alright. Just, when I'm shooting at people, stop leaving them on like 600 HP. That would be fantastic. This Hiryu is backing up as fast as he possibly can, and the only explanation I can give for that decision is that he simply wants to try and put this island between himself, me, and that Colorado there. He tries to get one last torpedo bomber shot on me, but he didn't lead it enough with his 2 planes, and I managed to shoot one of them down. The island's now obstructing my shots at the Hiryu, and I kind of figured that the Colorado would probably finish him off before I got around this island. That's not going to stop me from trying to get around this island as fast as possible. And there we can see the Colorado shot him and didn't manage to kill him. Well, there's Colorado accuracy for you. He is on fire, though, in multiple places. Shots out, all 9 cleared, and I secured the kill on that Hiryu. That Scharnhorst, well outside of range, so I don't have to worry about him. I'm pretty much secured at this point. And of course, he's on 100 HP. So, that was a pretty good game, all things considered. A game that, to be honest, I should not have survived. I shouldn't have survived this game, even with 600 HP. That was some pretty good RNGesus support on my end. Or, you know, as Jingle says, all skills, no luck. 172,000 damage done, 543,000 credits earned, close quarters expert, dreadnought, high caliber, and Confederate. If I'd managed to kill secure that Bundy or that Congo, I would have had the Kraken to go with it. Top of the team for XP earned, 2,300. That's a pretty good game for me. If you liked this video, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Follow me on Facebook, link in the description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.